by Gary Turk is a lesson taught to us through a love story. In a world where we continue to find ways to make it easier for us to connect with one another, but always results in us spending more time alone unless we look up. I have 422 friends, yet I'm lonely. I speak to all of them every day, yet none of them really know me. The problem I have sits in the spaces between, looking into their eyes or a name on a screen. I took a step back and opened my eyes. I look around and then realize that this media we call social is anything but. When we open our computers and it's our doors we shut. All this technology we have is just an illusion of community, companionship, and a sense of inclusion. Yet when you step away from this device of delusion, you awaken to see a world of confusion. A world where we're slaves to the technology we've mastered. Where our information gets sold by some rich, greedy bastard. A world of self-interest, self-image, and self-promotion. Where we share all our best bits, but leave out the emotion. We are at our most happy with an experience we share. But is it the same if no one is there? Be there for your friends, and they'll be there too. But no one will be if a group message will do. We edit and exaggerate. We crave adulation. We pretend we don't notice this social isolation. We put our words into order until our lives are glistening. We don't even know if anyone is listening. Being alone isn't the problem. Just let me emphasize that if you read a book, paint a picture, or do some exercise, you're being productive and present, not reserved or recluse. You're being awake and attentive and putting your time to good use. So when you're in public and you start to feel alone, put your hands behind your head and step away from the phone. You don't need to stare at your menu or at your contact list. Just talk to one another and learn to coexist. I can't stand to hear the silence of a busy commuter train where no one wants to talk through the fear of looking insane. We're becoming unsocial. It no longer satisfies to engage with one another and look into someone's eyes. We're surrounded by children who, since they were born, watch us living like robots and think it's the norm. It's not very likely you'll make world's greatest dad if you can't entertain a child without using an iPad. When I was a child, I would never be home. I'd be out with my friends on our bikes we would roam. We would wear holes in our trainers and graze up our knees. We built our own clubhouse high up in the trees. Now the parks are so quiet it gives me the chill. You see no children outside and the swings hanging still. There's no skipping or hopscotch, no church, no steeple. We are a generation of idiots, smartphones, and dumb people. So look up from your phone, shut down that display. Take in your surroundings and make the most of today. Just one real connection is all it can take to show you the difference that being there can make. Be there in the moment when she gives you the look that you remember forever as when love overtook. The time you first hold her hand or first kiss her lips. The time you first disagree but still love her to bits. The time you don't need to tell hundreds about what you've just done because you want to share this moment with just this one. The time you sell your computer so you can buy a ring for the girl of your dreams who is now the real thing. The time you want to start a family, and the moment when you first hold your baby girl and get to fall in love again. The time she keeps you up at night and all you want is rest, and the time you wipe away your tears as the baby flees the nest. The time your little girl returns with a boy for you to hold, and the day he calls you granddad and makes you feel real old. The time you take in all you made just by giving life attention, and how you're glad you didn't waste it by looking down at some invention. The time you hold your wife's hand and sit down beside her bed, you tell her that you love her and lay a kiss upon her head. Then she whispers to you quietly as her heart gives a final beat that she's lucky she got stopped by that last boy in the street. But none of these times ever happened. You never had any of this. When you're too busy looking down, you don't see the chances you miss. So look up from your phone, shut down those displays. We have a finite existence, a set number of days. Why waste all our time getting caught in the net, as when the end comes, nothing is worse than regret. I'm guilty too of being part of this machine, this digital world where we are heard but not seen, where we type and don't talk, where we read as we chat. We spend hours together without making eye contact. Don't give into a life where you follow the hype. Give people your love and don't give them your like. Disconnect from the need to be heard and defined. Go out into the world and leave distractions behind. Look up from your phone, shut down the display. Stop watching that video and live life the real way.